I thought that she killed her dad because she has very much bad bitch energy. She's like, he was not a good dad and he had what was coming to him. But I guess that's not the case because as now I'm actually focusing on it, she's like, there was a man in the house, and she shows me a man walking through the house.
A man that's not supposed to be in the house.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Hi, I'm Em.
And I'm Liv, and we're your meta sidekicks.
So, we've been doing this series for a couple weeks now, where we talk about ghosts from famous haunted locations. So if you don't know, we are psychic mediums.
Wait, we're psychic mediums?
And today we're going to be covering the Lizzie Borden House, as requested by all of you. So before we get into the story of Lizzie Borden, I'm going to make Liv talk to the souls that reside there.
Alright. Contradictory to most things, I do know about the Lizzie Borden House. And for whatever reason, it doesn't spook me that much because when I was listening to it originally, or learning about it originally, since I am said psychic medium, I usually get a pretty good feeling about what's going on, and the souls aren't scary, so, you know.
Okay, but who did it?
She did.
Are you sure?
I'm quite sure.
The evidence says otherwise.
Really?
Yeah, so talk to the souls! Stop using your ego brain!
Who would have done it?
I don't know. Who would have done it, psychic medium?
I literally thought that I knew more than you. I was driving here like, this is gonna be easy. I'm gonna talk to Lizzie Borden like I've done before. God damn it. Did a man come in the house?
Yes. A man that's not supposed to be in the house.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
So the house was built in 1845, and the Borden family didn't own it until 1874. But the people that lived in this house, you had Mrs. and Mr. Borden, but this was Lizzie's stepmother because her birth mother died when she was at the age of 2. And then you had Lizzie, and then Emma, which was the older sister, and then you had the maid, whose name was Bridget. So those are the people living in the house. However, right before the murder, Emma went on a trip for 2 weeks, which was very strange because, again, at this period of time, women were objects, so they didn't, like, go on vacations, like, they didn't leave the house for long periods of time. So it was weird that she was gone for this very long span of time during their murder. So she was not in the house during the murder. The day of the murder, they also had an unexpected guest, which was John Morse, which John Morse is Lizzie's birth mom's brother. And that is one of the people that are believed to be like a suspect of the murder of these 2 people. Are you talking to Lizzie?
She is so funny. She's just like, pay attention.
Yes.
I'm not gonna say it again.
The second I started doing research, she literally rolled her eyes at me.
Yeah, she's
like,
very funny.
This is gonna be way more complicated than you can ever imagine. I was like, great.
Oh, it is so funny. Sorry. Yeah. She is funny.
So before the murder, I think it was like the day before, they went down for dinner and they were having mutton. But the mutton, if you know what mutton is, like lamb, sheep, food.
I thought mutton was just large pieces of meat.
I don't know. I looked it up and it was like, maybe it's large pieces of lamb meat. I don't know. They were having mutton. However, it was standing out all night. And it was about like 100 degrees outside at that point. So it obviously went bad. So they think that Lizzie knew this because I don't think she got sick, but they went down for dinner to eat this mutton that was made from them. And Lizzie never would eat with them because she didn't want to be in the same room as her stepmom, so she ate in her bedroom. So the Bordens, Mrs. and Mr. Borden, got sick from eating this like foul mutton. So they go to the doctor and they're like, someone poisoned me because I have a lot of enemies because I'm this cheap man and I like don't give people the money that they deserve.
I just need to say something.
Yeah.
Someone's poisoned the water hole!
Yeah.
Sorry.
So they were very sick right before they got, murdered. So the next day, Mr. Borden wanted to go to work, but obviously he still was sick. So he came home hours earlier, which is why I was like, did he mean to kill the dad? Because he was not supposed to be home when he got murdered. But what happened is he came home early, and according to Lizzie's statement, he went into this room with that couch and he decided to take a nap on it. So he took a key, went some location, and then came back and then took a nap on the couch. But it was weird when they found him because it does not appear that he was laying on the couch. It appears that he fell on top of the couch, because you can see from the picture he's like very awkwardly like placed onto this couch. And he also...
Maybe he was just trying to be sexy.
And he also had his like suit coat rolled up and he was laying on top of it, which was like out of character for him because he's like this proper like, I love money, why would I be crumpling up my expensive suit coat? He would just hang it up. So it was weird that he was placed like this on this couch.
Okay, so while trying to ask Lizzie Borden to talk about things, she's like, don't use my last name, that's weird. She's over here in spirit talking to me. So when I get information as a psychic medium and spirits show up on my right hand side, that means, or is my indicator, that they are passed over. So that means they are in heaven, spirit realm, whatever you want to call it, the plane of existence in which souls reside once they cross over after dying.
But they also have the ability to come back into the physical realm.
Yes, for sure.
When you say passed over, people are going to think they're in heaven and that's it. And then the people who aren't passed over can't pass over.
Oh yeah, no, they can. It's just that...
I want to like clarify.
It's very much a choice in which plane of existence you'd like to reside. If you're passed over, you can like watch things, or you can just like jump back over here because you want to like hang out at the beach because manifesting the same one over there isn't the same. I don't know, maybe you want to people watch actual people, not just souls. Whatever the case may be. The thing is that Lizzie is most definitely, as far as I can understand, passed over. She's not here physically. But whoever this man is, that is now what I...
Is this the man that was standing over me when I was doing research?
Is that why you were asking me?
Yes, because you told me it wasn't the people I was researching. And it might be because you didn't think there was anyone else.
No, for sure not.
Because he's tall.
Yeah, and bumbly.
And I was doing research, and I just feel a presence behind me, which there were people in the building that I was like researching in. And I felt like there was someone standing behind me, and I was like, oh shit, there's no one there.
Yeah. So the man who I now believe actually killed Lizzie Borden's father is standing here, like literally right here. And if you just saw me make a weird face, it's because he just went like that to me, and it's intrusive. I'm like, can you please not, especially if you're gonna sit here. It's making me feel claustrophobic.
He's intimidating to me. Which is why he was standing over me instead of talking to me. Because Lizzie was telling me about him.
Okay, she's doing the same thing.
Yeah, because I'm like afraid to talk to him. Or I would be, because he's like that kind of person. So she's telling me things about him.
She started telling me things about him.
Yeah.
And then he started telling me a little bit about things too. What he wanted to share. Because it's not, whatever they want to tell me, they're going to tell me. I can't get more than what they want to say. So... I thought that she killed her dad because she has very much bad bitch energy. She's like, he was not a good dad and he had what was coming to him. But I guess that's not the case because as now I'm actually focusing on it, she's like, there was a man in the house, and she shows me a man walking through the house. So I put man in house. He's older. I want to say he's like in his 40s, or he was in his like late 40s, early 50s at the time. He definitely looks older. He might look older than he actually was. I feel like he's had a very, very hard life. He's had to struggle for the things that he had when he was alive. All right, so Then I wrote that the man who actually killed her father possibly worked with him. I feel like they knew each other from some sort of societal interaction. And then she showed me him coming into the house. She made me write killer stumbled into the house, that he was loud, noisy, and that when he killed her dad and her stepmom, that he was not clean about it, and she literally put shoddy work. She's like, there's so many ways you could kill someone, and he just literally just butchered everything. Physically and proverbially. Which I think is funny.
Oh my gosh. So, with that being said, the neighbors started coming into the story where they saw Lizzie outside crying. So the neighbor came over and was like, why are you crying? Like, what's wrong? And Lizzie was like, I'm crying.
There's too much cheese in my macaroni.
I'm crying because my father is dead. Someone came into my house and murdered my father.
Someone's poisoned the water.
Someone has poisoned the goddamn water hole. So the neighbor and her go into the house together, and they're like, okay, your father's dead. What about your stepmom? Your stepmom was here. Where was she last? Is she still alive? So Lizzie was like, I'm pretty sure I heard her upstairs. And then ordered her maid, whose name is Bridget, to go check on Mrs. Borden. And the maid was like, I'm not going up there because I'm not gonna get murdered by this guy who may or may not still be in our house. So the neighbor and the maid go up the stairs, and halfway up the stairs, they see Mrs. Borden's dead body on the floor, bleeding out.
Yeah, I think they definitely paid whoever the man is that's standing next to me to do it. So that none of them could be blamed.
That was the man that was standing over me. 150%. He has to be tall, too. He's really tall, right?
Yeah, he's like 6'4", 6'5".
Yeah.
He's huge. He's probably like 325, 350 pounds easy.
Yeah, because when they hit the stepmom, she was standing. So she got hit above. So there's no way that Lizzie would be able to do it because she's small. She's a woman.
I didn't know she got hit
Yeah,
when
she
she
was
was
standing
above. Yeah, he's really big.
Yeah, that's why she literally could not have done it, is because of that. But there's no defensive wounds for the stepmom, so she might know who that person is. So that's why it's weird.
No, she just wasn't somebody that would fight back. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but it's a reflex to do this when someone's about to hit you with an axe. This is a defensive wound.
Did she have a defensive wound?
No.
Exactly.
So they think that she recognized the person that was in there. So otherwise she would have defensive wounds, no?
Was she killed in the bedroom?
Yes.
Was she on the left-hand side of the bed?
Yes.
In the corner, and there was a nightstand?
I think so. You could see her from the staircase.
If you go up the stairs, is the door to the bedroom that she was in to the left?
Yes.
But she was in the room when they found her.
Yes, on the floor. In her
It's because she was getting out of bed.
Oh.
That's why there's no defensive wounds.
Got you.
If someone comes in there and you're like this and they go like that, you're not even gonna have time to go like this or that, especially if you're tired.
Interesting. Yeah, okay.
Hence why she would crumple to the floor and fall this way. Because if you're about to get out of the bed, if she's on the left-hand side, most people are right-handed. So if you're going to get out of the bed, you're going to go like this. So if someone hits you over the top of the head and you're already going like this, you're going to crumple this way, right?
Yeah.
Great.
That's what she's showing you?
Yes. He's showing me.
Got you.
They're not talking because they're too proper for it.
Yeah.
Lizzie's not, though.
Because again, the railings of the staircase are like open so you could see through them. And she was in the bedroom on the floor in a pool of her own blood. Okay, so Mrs. Borden was actually hit 19 times, and then Mr. Borden was hit 10 to 11 times. And there are actual pictures and replicas of their skulls that they have on display in the Borden house.
People are wild.
I know. But it's like, there's no face left. Like, there's just eyeballs hanging out and ears hanging out. So that's what Lizzie was talking about when she says, like, he did a shoddy job. He like overdid it. But when they were doing the like court stuff, when they were doing the testimonies and things like that, they actually saved the skulls of the 2 victims and they brought them into court because they found a hatchet that was in the basement, and they presumed that this was the murder weapon, and they were going to try and prove it by matching it up to the skulls of the 2 victims, to which they have found that the hatchet did not match the marks on the skulls. They also got testimonies from Lizzie and the John guy. Well, they got it from Bridget too, but I don't know that her story is as important because I don't think she like was involved as much.
Well, do you know, I assume you looked at pictures, right?
Of what?
Everything that they possibly might have. I have never looked at pictures. Pictures are too real for me.
You mean of people?
Isn't there like pictures of like the murder scene or something?
Oh.
Or like redone things, but they're like accurate, so people are like, don't look them up if you don't like stuff like that.
Oh yeah, they're wild.
Yeah, I have not seen
There's
any of
no
them.
face. Like, you know, you have eyes, nose, mouth. It's just axe marks.
Yeah.
No, none of that.
I can see it good enough. Like,
Oh, okay. You see it?
I wanted to ask where the axe was in the basement. I feel like you go into a kitchen and then there is a door to the left by the back. There's a door that goes outside, but then there's a door right here that goes down the stairs, and then the stairs are wooden. There's no back to them. They're just slatted. And then you go downstairs, and I feel like the basement floor was still just like dirt or something, and out into the left is where the axe was, to the left of the stairs.
Yeah. It was like leaning against like some brick thing.
But it was in the middle of the floor.
Yes.
Okay.
It was like in the middle of the like
The basement.
the
floor.
basement, but was like upwards, leaning against some sort of brick structure thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's where the hatchet was. However, it was not the murder weapon.
Yes. Well, I'm asking them if it was placed there.
Oh.
And they said no. Someone was actually using it like outside or something, and they just left it there. And for the police to think that, they're stupid.
Yes.
Well, I just wanted to know if it was placed there since this was such a thought out plan. And they're like, no, that was just luck.
Yeah. Because they also found blood and hair on it, but the blood was of a cow.
Ah.
So that's why they're like, it's the murder weapon! And
well, no,
they're like,
that's why they're saying
no.
someone used it and then just left
Yes.
it there.
Yes.
Okay, so they actually did use it and then just leave it there.
yes, but they didn't like murder someone with it.
Yeah.
It was not the murder weapon.
Yeah, no, I understand that.
Yeah.
I'm just asking them why it was there. So then I put money ? Like why? I asked both of them. I'm like, why would he kill your dad? Besides that, he obviously didn't like him for whatever reason. Because you're rich, right? That's why I wrote money. And their response was that this person that ended up killing her father tried to help himself. And then I know that there was something about her brother being involved in it. I don't remember what it was entirely. So I wrote down, were you like in cahoots with her brother or like someone else? And he said yes and no. And by yes, it's that this guy knew about the brother.
What brother?
I think they had a brother.
He is the brother to her birth mom.
Who is?
The person you're talking to.
Oh.
That's why the dad knows him. They didn't work together. He just knows of him because he was married to Lizzie's birth mom who died when she was 2.
Are you sure he did it and he didn't hire somebody?
I don't know. But
I
know that Lizzie could not have done it. She might be the puppet master, like told people to do it, but she could not have done it.
I don't know if this guy is the stepmom's brother, the guy that I'm talking to.
Not the stepmom, the birth mom.
The birth mom's brother, yeah.
John Moss, I think his name is. I know it doesn't mean anything to you. Is it someone else? Because I literally can't talk to him. He's just scary to me.
Do you know what these people look like? Can we look them up really quick?
We can.
Because I know what the guy I'm looking like looks like, but this John Moss guy.
I think his name is John Moss. we'll find it in here.
Yeah, the guy I'm looking at does not look like that. I see that guy over there.
I don't know who that is then.
He's big.
They might also have... It would probably make more sense that someone else is doing it.
It would make more sense if they hired a drunkard off the street.
Yeah.
And that would be who I'm talking to.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry. He's upset that I called him a drunkard. I'm sorry.
Yeah, because he technically has an alibi, which is why he did not get blamed for it.
Ah, because he hired this guy that's talking to me. Because I see him over there, and he looks like that, like all staunch and proper with like the lapels, because he goes like this. Because he's like, I didn't do it. Hence why he's over there. God, that is physicked.
Yeah. That's why they wanted us to cover the story.
Okay, because the man that I'm talking to who's standing right here, thank you, sir, is big, bumbly, and he looks like he would be a blue-collar worker in some sort of factory.
Okay.
Which is why I'm like, how did you work with him? Wait, what was the occupation of her dad?
Her dad is a woodworker and then went to being a bank and real estate. But the John guy was a butcher.
This guy would have worked in a factory.
So he might have gotten the knives from John.
Didn't they use an axe to kill her dad?
There was a hatchet that was found in the house, but it did not match the wounds. Which is why there was no evidence to blame Lizzie for the murder.
Yeah, I think they definitely paid whoever the man is that's standing next to me to do it.
So this John Morse guy, he's one of the suspects that people believe that he did it. Mostly because the murder of Mrs. Borden, she was in the bedroom and she was like supposedly standing, has no defensive wounds, so it is speculated that she knew the person that was trying to kill her. What they specifically said about it is it needed to be someone that could wield a weapon and that was tall in order to hit her on the head.
The reason he did such a shoddy job is because they told him that if he didn't do it, they'd find someone to kill him.
Oh my god, so he wanted to make sure.
Yeah, they scared him. They scared him into it. It wasn't just the money. He's like, there was money involved, but it was more scary than anything else.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And he was a suspect because he was there unpronounced for a while, but he supposedly was there because he was going to go across town to meet his nephew, and he specifically has an alibi because he remembers 6 people's... Hold on. His alibi was that he was on the other side of town meeting with his nephew, but he specifically remembers 6 Irish priests, cap numbers, their first and last name, and their sash numbers. And it's odd that he remembers all of these almost like he needed an alibi. Like he needed to remember something to give to the police. Probably because he's the one that helped set it up.
I also think it's funny because he had those things written down on a piece of paper because the person he was supposed to go see that was supposed to be his alibi was there to get that information and then gave it to him in a piece of paper. Like small piece of paper. I can see it. He kept it like right up here. Small piece of paper. And the reason they did the whole Catholic priest thing is because I'm saintly. So not only was it ridiculously specific, but you can also put priests in it. And it's also... That's so fucking wild!
What?
Okay, so I just learned, fucking hold on to your pants, people. These guys are bad. That's why he was so upset about them being in heaven and him not. Alright, I learned this. You might know this because you're religious. I am not. Okay. The reason... Not... the layers to this onion!
Yeah, I know. This
Shrek,
is wild.
Save me!
That's why Lizzie was like, hold on to your fucking pants.
Shrek, save me. Alright, this is an ogre of a freaking story. Alright, so the reason, in addition to what I just said about that person being the alibi family member, they're in cahoots on it. And the whole piece of paper with the priest, 6 of them, numbers and everything, so super specific. Wasn't actually there. Got information from someone else, wrote it down on a piece of paper to memorize it as an alibi. Now, if he that other person that's his family member, the nephew, and then the 6 priests. You said it was a priest?
Yeah, I think they were Irish priests. That's what I wrote down.
All right, so if you're a priest or something in Catholicism, whatever, you are not allowed to testify in court.
Oh! My God.
So...
Makes sense.
They physically could not go after the priest and say, did you see this man with this other man?
Yeah.
Otherwise, they would all get kicked out of the church. You cannot take confession secrets or secrets that you know. And
yeah.
That is smart.
Yeah.
That is devious. I didn't know that.
Yes.
That's why we're doing this today. I literally learned this information.
Really?
3 days ago. I was listening to another podcast about these people. This guy in Germany killed a shit ton of people, like 7 boys.
Uh-huh.
And somebody confessed to, the actual murderer, confessed to a priest that he killed these people. Yeah. And this priest could have saved 5 other boys' lives if he would have said something. But he cannot.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
That's why we're doing this now. That is so much more valid. Because no one's going to believe what we're seeing. No one's going to believe that I literally had a fucking soul crossover right now, because I don't even believe it, and that we're literally...
You cried. I think they're going to believe it.
I don't know.
I don't think you can fake a cry.
God. Sorry. Well, I'm really upset that he's still here. Like, he hasn't passed over, because I feel like the Lizzie Borden house is not the only thing that was wrong, that happened bad in his life that he did.
Okay. Well, what is he doing? Does he normally get hired for things like this?
I think he had a reputation. This is why you wouldn't talk to him, because your guides protect you from it.
I know. That's why he was standing behind me, because he wanted to talk to me, but I was afraid to talk to him. And it's also why he wasn't the guy I was researching.
I feel like he did odd jobs, but he mostly was homeless. I feel like sometimes he would stay places, but it was just inns and stuff when he could have money, or if he had a steady job for a little while before he got fired or let go or shuffled in between jobs, he would stay at one place, pay some rent, and then once he couldn't pay it anymore, get kicked out. So he never had a place to actually live. I feel like he killed a woman. I feel like he doesn't have the highest intelligence, and that's just kind of how it was, and life was very hard for him. I feel like he was abused as a child. His parents weren't there. They didn't have any money. He's showing me to try... He's not showing me... Spirit is showing me for him. This, like, from Of Mice and Men, how, what's his name? Who's the one that has... Is it Lenny?
I think so.
So Lenny had a crush on this girl, and he's telling me that the same way he had a crush on this girl, I don't think it was consensual, the feelings that he had for this woman, but I don't think societally and mentally he understood that at the time, and other people egged him on about it at, like, bars and things that he would hang out with that he saw this girl at. And the way he ended up killing her was in a similar manner to the way that Lenny killed the mice.
Got you.
Yeah. He's worried about what she'll think if he does pass over. But he's got some deep anger. But the anger stems from a lack of understanding about himself and the situations he was put in. I feel like he's been in some situations too, in addition to that one, where other people have put him in that situation. Like, he's been in the wrong place at the wrong time, and he's gotten the rap of being someone that's a killer.
Got you. You're wrong.
He's gone now.
He's gone now.
I don't know if he just passed over, but he's just, like, gone. Do you feel like he's gone?
Mm-hmm. It's later now. Is it because you told this story?
Did I just help a spirit pass over?
I didn't know that was a thing.
Well, I was really concerned. I'm like, why are you staying here if you didn't know what was going on and they hired you to do that?
Yeah.
And
it's on them.
And you were just doing what someone told you to do. I feel like when he did it, he knew what he was doing, but he still felt bad about it, but he needed money.
Yeah.
So, I forgot. Okay, sorry. Yeah, he's gone.
Mm-hmm. That would be why he was standing behind me too.
That's
wild.
why.
He wanted to tell me things that I wouldn't let him.
I'm trying not to cry.
Yeah, no, he's over here now.
Yeah.
That is wild.
He's so cute. All I hear is thank you. I'm sorry.
That's cute.
That's so cute. I think wife.
That's what you wrote down.
Because I could feel gurgling.
Oh, and that's why they couldn't figure out anyone else.
He just said thank you.
That's really cute.
Remember when we had that reading with the psychic last week?
Yeah.
And she's like, haven't you ever talked to a spirit and they say thank you? And I was like, no, not really. He just like flashed all that in front of me and was like, thank you, but I can hear it, like feel it in my chest.
Mm-hmm.
That's the cutest thing ever.
That's really weird.
Oh.
He like left with wind, because now he's over here.
That's so cute.
Yeah, it's really cute. I didn't know that was a thing.
That was so weird.
Uh-huh.
And now he's like nicer.
Yeah, he's less scary. Yeah, because he was a weight when he was over there.
And scary.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's so cute.
Yeah, he's giving me like fairy tale vibes now.
Yeah, he just bent over and kissed my cheek. Okay, I'm gonna stop crying.
Are you?
No. It's so cute.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what questions do you have?
I don't think I have questions.
Yeah, he's not gonna talk anymore. He says he doesn't need to.
Yeah, you got all the information out. I can just tell you now what happened. Or we could take a break, either way. That's a lot.
That's so weird.
Yeah.
Well, good. At least something good happened out of this. Maybe that's why I've been feeling so sick the past 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because he was so frustrated. He's like, those other people that had me do this, they're passed over. And like, when I was alive, I thought God was supposed to keep people safe. And why are those mean people over there? And okay.
What?
He's listening to the things that you say about how there's no good or evil.
Oh.
It is just what it is.
Yeah.
And he says God is accepting of everybody, no matter what. And I said, you don't have to have resentment towards them. You can pass over it. The only thing that's keeping you there is you. Because I just asked him, I said, what spirit just helped you pass over? And he said, you. Oh. That's so cute. I can't. Man. Fucking ass cheeks are so red.
Yeah, that's why I was supposed to do the research, because I can't talk to that man.
And then one of the reasons I had to talk to him is to help face my fears.
They suspected that Lizzie Borden was the person that did it. They brought her into court and they interrogated her, and her story changed multiple times, and the reason supposedly was because she was on morphine, so it would make sense of why she was groggy, because she was a little bit, off because of the medication that she was on. However, it took the jury, who was all males, because again, women do not have rights. there was no evidence to prove that she specifically did it, but they went into, I don't know, discuss if she did it or not. It took them 10 minutes to come to the conclusion that she did it, but they stayed in there for an hour as a favor to the Borden family. Well, she was arrested, and when she was there, it was like she was almost weighted on hand and foot. It wasn't like she was in prison and like being beaten and things like that. She even got sent like a cat and was able to keep it there. Like, it wasn't a bad place because she was wealthy. But yeah, you got any other things to say?
Dude.
Can't.
That was way more than I thought was gonna happen.
Well, me too.
Literally being a medium is a wild ride. Oh god, I'm learning things every day.
So if you guys like this story and you want to suggest our next famous haunted location, make sure to comment them below and we will get on, you know, looking at those stories for you, because this one was a lot more wilder than we thought. Yeah. And if you guys want to submit your own spooky stories, go to the description below and you can submit your paranormal or metaphysical stories. And we have a listeners episode that you have the chance of being featured in. So make sure you give us your paranormal stories. However, in our next video, I think we're going to be talking about mythological beast. So if you want to be here for that, make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell, and we will see you guys in the next one.
We are your metaphysical. We do readings too.
And Patreon.
Okay. Yeah, I was like, are you gonna make me cry again? He's like, no, I'll leave you alone. He had a dog when he was a kid. His dog's with him. He just walked away with him.
Those are really cute.
Okay. I feel better now. Do you feel better now?
Yeah. Oh god.
I need a hug.
I see that.
Because I can't hug him. That's cute. Well, that was a fucking 180.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus. Alright.
Yeah, every video about Lizzie Borden says, murder mystery solved, Lizzie Borden. And they think it's Lizzie.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why he was stuck, because there's so many people spreading lies about it. Oh.
That was the wildest shit ever.